Welcome back to another little tour of my Star Wars world. This one is going to be of the Nebulon-B. This was a really quick build of mine. It took about a day to do, or a weekend or so. I just know it was a really short build. It was a challenging build, I will say that. And it's also not a very common one that people tend to do in Minecraft. The most challenging thing was getting these details on this beam right here. Don't really know what all of them are for. But it was a bit of a challenge. I also believe I made both sides symmetrical and then I made both sides symmetrical and then put the cylinders and the different pods on there. So yeah. I like the way this ship is. Aesthetically, it's kind of unique. It's pretty cool. Again, scale is not perfect. It's a little smaller than it needs to be, but most of these ships are. Other than that one. That one is larger than it should be in terms of scale with everything else. Everything else seems to be within scale of one another. They're just not player scale. That one is about player scale. So, which I built that one before I built this one. These X-Wings are not of my design. They are again from Lord Dacre. I do have my own X-Wing design that I have posted on the channel. I believe this might be one down here. No, I think that's his. Yeah, that's his. But I'm giving credit where credit's due. I'm not going to try to claim anything like that for my own. Cool things to know about the exterior. I used ice for the windows. Or originally I used ice. Now I switched to stained glass. Originally I'd used ice. I think I did that with this one down here originally as well. But I switched it all with stained glass. I liked it because it was a more uniform look. It didn't have the different dividing sections on there. There really is no correct way to go inside of this. I will either just break a block on the top or go in through one of these pods, which is what I'm going to do now. Awesome. I based it off the Rebel design. It's supposed to be a medical frigate. The cool thing about them is that they were originally Imperial ships that were captured by the Rebels. So they are being repurposed. This is the bridge. I had no idea what the interior of this thing looked like, so I just did what I wanted to. It's just like the command console or whatever, similar to the one that Admiral Akbar is in the MC-80, the home one. Hologram table with beacons. Deck or dock controls. So this right here is that exterior hangar bay door that can be seen from the outside, and then you got different materials in there, which I just used chests and crafting tables and anvils and stuff. The lights really poorly done. The interior of this is not very good at all, to be honest. Storage room. Another storage room. There's not a lot of room in this ship either, so limitations were there, but I could have definitely added more and been a little more detailed with it. Dock 1, this is where that X-Wing is at, which you can get inside of. It's pretty cool. Wrong way. Med Bay 1, these are supposed to be like the ones that you see Luke in at the end of Empire, Empire Strikes Back. Med Bay 4, there's a little bit of variation between the rooms. They're not all identical. Back to tank 2, which means back to tank 1 is here. Pretty symmetrical. This is the one that we came in. And this is the third one over here. More rooms. This one's got a map, and for some reason I put the beds down there. There's not a whole lot to show in this ship. Engine room. A lot of wasted space. It's just tubes with lava in it. This is actually something that you can see in one of the images online, one of the high-def images of the models. There is a room with windows towards this section of the vehicle or the ship, which is the beginning of the large, I guess you call it a hexagonal prism or something like that on the back of the ship. Again, with this one down here. I don't have a cross section that shows any of the interior of this again, so things are just thrown together. So yeah. I think this was also when I was in my iron bars phase, where I just wanted to add iron bars to everything. So, yep. Let's see here. There should be a way to access the bottom area underneath the bridge. I think it's just, yep, it's this way. So this is right underneath the main bridge. This is a storage room, or the dock room, which was seen earlier through that area. And again, this is where you can see this. Again, things could be a lot more detailed, a lot more fleshed out, but it is what it is. Got a little crane with the track and everything. And my phone's going off. Alright. Lower observation decks. Yeah, I just generically called them observation decks. There's those two rooms that we were in previously. And okay, didn't know I had glass panes going all the way down. This is the first one. Just got random buttons, which is everywhere. Got some windows. I probably should have had somebody do the interior on this, because interiors are not my thing. Here's another one. This one's a little bit bigger. A few more windows. This one's gonna go, I think, almost all the way to the bottom. Not quite. And this is another large pod. We're already pretty low to the ground. I'm not sure if it goes. Yep, this was the bottom. So that's pretty much the entirety of the interior of this thing. Again, it's a very minimalistic build. I didn't do a whole lot of it. Or I didn't work on it anymore after that initial weekend. So again, improvements can be made, especially on the interior, just like the others. I tend to focus on the exterior of these ships. Let's go back out. Drop one down. Get one more view of the outside of it. Again, the outside could also be done a little bit better, more texture. I really just stuck to stone bricks and stone slabs. Or not stone bricks, but just stone and stone slabs. I don't mind the back of it, the engines. Again, still could be more detailed. But I think it's pretty good for what it is. So that's the Nebulon-B. Let's get a really nice shot without any of my UI in the way. And there we go. Again, really small build, not very detailed. Could very easily be updated and worked on again. Make it a little more up to date, I guess you could say. But anyways, that is all for the Nebulon-B tour. And I will see you guys in the next one.